Chafing Armor Podcast, Episode 43, Skinny Dipping. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and irascible Dungeon Master, Michael Corley. And with me tonight is Nutty, once again, our special guest star. Nutty, Yay. Tell us who you are. Yay! Tell us who you are playing.
I am playing Grimhilda, and I would tell you more if word would open quicker.
That's okay. That makes it more of a mystery.
But Grimhilda is her intentions are very similar to everyone else's. Trying to figure out, I can't remember his name, but what the guy whose castle we're at is doing with the drow.
Yes, what he be up to.
Yes. And
also returning after recovering from all day at the medieval fair, ripping her throat asunder, is Izzy. Izzy, tell all of us who you are playing.
I am playing Morezi Mugra, a half-orc barbarian who I'm pretty sure got poisoned and doesn't know what is going on. Also, I don't know what's going on.
That's okay. That's the normal reaction to most Dungeons and Dragons. And also with us tonight is Dare. Dare, tell everyone who you are playing.
Good evening, everyone. I am Dare, and I am playing Tix Birchamson, a gnome cleric.
Excellent. And you're going to need to help some people tonight because things are going to get a little crazy. Oh, and also with us is James. James, tell everyone who you are playing.
Hello, everyone. I'm James. I'm playing Pendant Chalice. He is a spell scale sorcerer, and he's very pretty.
He is the prettiest of men, and we'll get more into spell scales, or at least other scaled individuals very soon. And Lee may join us a little bit later, but Osokai is with the party. We'll see what's going to happen with that. That will be fun. When we last left off, our intrepid band had made their way under the Bainwright Manor, where a party was going on above. Joining the group is Grimhilda, a mercenary of sorts who has a mission to get provable documentation that Loft, the human shipping magnate, has ties to the Drow Underdark. Now, the evidence is before you all, because after purposely saying the word failure wrong, solving my riddle, you made your way into an underground lair where a gigantic cave is before you. There is a black pool at the bottom. Rising up on a sort of cliff to one side is a party of 6 drow, and they are at a feast table. Guarding one to each side are 2 bugbears. One of the bugbears has a whip that he is holding that seems to be gently floating in the air. And we're going to cut away from all of that, and we're going to cut to Morezi, who is once again woken up in this strange plain. She is on top of a warm rock. With her is Aki, the female lizard that Osokai had rescued and seems to have adopted itself to Morezi, is basking on this rock. And Morezi, you look up to see again the giant lizard man looking down at you. Would you like to say anything?
Who are you?
He smiles at you, and you see what appears to be thousands of teeth. And once again, he takes an incredibly large claw that should just utterly crush Aki, but it's just gently strokes Aki's back, and its eyes partially close in pleasure. And he says,
I am her master.
And he leans in, and a pupil the size of a battleship is before you, and you hear a voice, and it says,
Protect my interests. Make haste.
And you waken, and you feel the effects in your body that you had been poisoned, and you've just shrugged off the poison. You are in the room where you had been poisoned, in Loft's room, and you see him laying on the floor groaning softly. He is not dead, nor is he quite awake. He's just sort of like, and he's covered in his own sick. And Aki is licking your face, which seems to be what has woken you up, and you suddenly feel an energy fill your entire body. You have now been granted the spell Haste, and you feel energy powering throughout your body. You look up and you see a glowing point in the distance, and you know your friends are in danger. What are you going to do?
What else would I do but get up, make sure I've got my halberd and that weird shovel, and absolutely pay no attention to Loft and go make haste to the glowing point. To be fair, I'm gonna, make sure Loft isn't dead, but I'm not gonna do anything nice.
Gotcha. You look and slap, 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 slap. He is not dead. He is very, very ill because he was poisoned. But thanks to the ministrations of Tix, he did not die. And so you perhaps step on him a little bit as you turn, and you make your way out the window, which is actually the quickest exit where you are. And you feel like you are flying as you just zoom down the alleyways, and you are running 30 extra feet per second, and given that you are a barbarian and have an incredible land speed, you appear as a blur to other people. And we're going to cut back to the underground. Everyone, you are now partially hidden. Grimhilda, Tix, Osokai, and Pinton are all partially hidden. You've come through this door. You see the 6 drow. They are having some kind of banquet. You can just barely make out what they are saying if you listen. And you can hear some other noises as well. What would y'all like?
Tix is going to try and stealth a little bit, although that's not one of his general abilities, but he doesn't want to be seen. And that is a 13.
13. Well, you might have been heard, but there is actually a good deal of ambient noise going on right now. So anything more than a 10 temporarily is going to succeed. Because the drow appear to actually be having a party, an honest-to-God party, where they're laughing, they're drinking, they're yucking it up. There's a beautiful spread of food before them. Some kind of shish kebab is what you see. And it's fairly high up from where you are now, but it wouldn't take too long. There's kind of a sloping, very roughly hewn stairs leading up to it. And the 2 bugbears are the ones you actually need to watch out for, because they are at least trying to keep guard. As you stealth a little closer, you hear one of the drow say, in common actually, "Well, it would have been a better feast if we had actually had the diamond." And he shoots a look at one of the bugbears and actually gives him a slight slap in the back of the head. And the bugbear mumbles something about it wasn't his responsibility, it was supposed to be, and he says some bugbear's name that apparently is not here or is no longer among the living. Anyone else? Would anyone else like to do something at this time?
So they're up on a ledge?
Think of a ledge just kind of coming out, much larger than, say, the one from when y'all were fighting the hags, because obviously it can fit this entire party that are sitting at a table that is fitted out as if they were at a proper banquet. And you actually can't see super well up there because of the angle, but you can see that there are at least 6 drow, at least 2 bugbears, and there might be some other figures up there as well. Oh, and I should say, Pinson, that Aphil is with you.
Okay.
Everybody's got a buddy. How nice.
That's right.
Nice.
You're
It's nice to have pets.
You are
It's
the
nice to have
only
friends.
one who's not paired off.
Well, you're paired off a little bit.
Well,
somebody's got a
she's
girlfriend.
not
not
here.
wrong. She's not wrong.
So, I'd like to move silently around the room so I can get to a good position to.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
So, would that be a traditional stealth check, or would that be my move silently?
You may absolutely use your move silently, because that's exactly what you're trying to do in this echoey cavern.
So 27.
27, yes. Shadows falling under a moonless night make more noise than you have as you stealth your way forward. Also, because you are moving silently and you are listening, you hear a soft kind of bloop sound coming from the black pool it's actually on your level. I'm not saying that you're next to the pool, just so you know. But it's surrounded by kind of rough-hewn stones around it, and it's jet black, this pool. And as you move a little closer, you can hear the same drow from before, he's a male drow, and he's complaining again about the feast not being up to par. And you hear a commanding voice, a female drow, silence him, and she says, Houndiar, you are being rude to our guest. She has prepared this food for us. It is not her fault that the feast was not able to be properly enchanted. And he falls silent, and she turns to the other drow, who apparently she was talking about, and she says, This bugbear shish kebab is delightful. Thank you so much. And you hear the other female drow respond, Nothing, it was something I learned when I was young and would go hunting in the Underdark.
Father, I need to know,
And,
is
yes.
this commanding female drow wearing a large hat?
Wearing a large hat.
I can't remember. Wasn't that
You did face, when you were... Brindle, you did face a spellcaster drow who did have a funny hat.
Or did I kill her?
This one, y'all killed her.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I can't remember which one gave the. I think your cousin gave the finishing blow.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah,
never mind.
this is not that one, though. Of course, your character wouldn't know. And now we cut to your character. You are running as fast as you can. Aki is just barely hanging on to your neck as you are just flying through the woods to the outskirts of the city, and you see a fence. And just to the exit, near the exit, you see a guard who looks like he's all of 15 years old. He has an ill-fitting hat and straw-covered hair poking out at all angles, and he sees you just blazing up to the gate. He starts to say something like, "Halt!" What would you like to do?
Well, Morezi is not a horrible person, and she doesn't want to kill this dude, definitely, but, like, do I have to get into initiative to, like, punch him, to, like, do non-lethal damage to this dude?
You can certainly do that. You can try to bypass him.
Actually, let me see here. I've got 5 ranks in Intimidate. Can I try to intimidate him with my halberd?
Okay, roll for that.
Oh, give me strength. Oh, that was a 9. I kinda just, like, I think I might be starting to get a little winded, and I'm like, do the getaway thing, peasant.
He just kind of stares at you dumbfoundingly, and he says again, "Halt?" What would you like to do?
What kind of thing would I do if I rolled to, like, beat him with the back of my halberd, like non-lethal damage?
It's a normal attack. It's just non-lethal damage.
Okay.
You're saying you're hitting him with the flat of your blade or with the stick part.
Yeah, gonna hit him with the stick of my halberd. Let's try.
Okay, I'm gonna let you get a surprise on him, so you don't need to roll.
Wait, I don't need to roll?
I'm sorry, you don't need to roll for initiative. You can just get a surprise attack on him.
Wait, I don't think his armor class is 7, is it?
No, it is not.
Is
What did you roll?
a 7?
Okay, you roll and swing and miss, and he hefts up his pike, which is a lot like a halberd, and we're going to need to roll for initiative, but we're going to cut back to everyone else. They are fit, they seem to be somewhat wrapping up with meal, and the leader, the female leader, who, by the way, is dressed in black armor, as in metal chainmail, plate mail kind of hybrid, stands up and she says, "Let us begin." And you can't actually tell from where. You hear a sort of a drum beat begin in the distance. Whether that is a magical enchantment or if someone is actually doing the drums, you don't know. But one of the bugbears goes back to the edge that y'all can't see and brings a bound prisoner. It is a drow, and it is a drow with glittering scales with their skin.
Oh, it's on now. All right.
And they are bringing them towards the edge, which, trajectory speaking, will lead them to that pool below. And as they bring them forward, don't worry, I'm going to give you a chance to act. As they bring them forward, you actually all see a baleful blue glow begin to appear in that black pool. You all recognize it, with the exception of Grimhilda. That is the same baleful glow that was in the mouth of the Zorn so long ago.
Oh, no.
Jeepers.
Now,
Oh, no.
I will let y'all decide what you would like to do.
All right. I'm finding myself getting, against my better judgment, angry about this situation because they're persecuting something that I feel like I'm slightly akin to. I'm going to start, though, by quietly casting Mage Armor on myself.
Okay. I will, since we are not yet in initiative, since no one's made an attack, I will let you do that. Does anyone else want to?
Yeah,
Does anyone
I'm
else
going
want to do
to
anything?
activate the blurring on my armor.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
You touch on the breastplate. There is a rune that is etched onto the corner. And when you touch it, suddenly it becomes much harder to see Grimhilda as she seems to blur in and out of existence.
Oh, is this like displacement?
Like the spell Blur.
Oh, okay.
And I will cast a shield upon myself.
Okay.
Shield of
you
faith.
You whisper that prayer, and whoom, it surrounds you almost silently as these drum beats begin to increase in their frequency. And we'll cut back to Marezi. Roll for initiative, if you would.
Oh, now I get a 17.
And she'll
Okay,
get
he
a
got it.
plus for the
Yes,
for the
haste.
haste, yeah.
Yes, haste gives you a +1 for those rolls.
Oh.
So you actually match him. What is your dexterity?
Wait. I also didn't add my dex modifier, so I get a 20 altogether. My
Okay,
initiative
so you
modifier
can
is
go first.
2, and the haste is 3.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
Jeepers, creepers. 15?
15. 15 will not hit.
What is he wearing?
He is wearing ill-fitting, but he's wearing armor.
Ugh.
He's wearing the armor like a guard would
Dumb
wear,
little
which
squire
is like a
boy wearing big pants.
he takes a swing at you. He seems to stumble forward. The edge of his stick actually catches your foot and sends you sprawling to the ground. It does 3 points of damage, more from the fall.
Did he roll?
He actually got a natural 20.
God!
Now, for his action, he's actually going to turn and start to unlock the gate that he's standing in front of.
So how many points of damage did he take again?
You took
Did I-
3 points of damage.
Thanks. Thanks,
And he's,
Dad.
and he's
Thanks, Father.
he's starting to unlock the gate that's behind him.
DM.
Oh, and I made a mistake, and I apologize. You actually have 2 actions because you're hasted. So.
Oh yeah. Well, let me try to murder him. Well, don't I have to take a whole action to? I just threw my dice everywhere.
Well,
don't I have to take?
Since
Do I not have to take a whole action to get up?
it does take an action to get up, since I forgot to let you have your action, I'll let you get up for free.
Well, let's see if I get like another 2. You know what I got?
A 2?
I didn't get a 2. I got a 1. A natural 1.
Oh, let me roll these dice real quick.
Instant death.
Morezi dies
No.
by the squire boy.
No, that was a 5, so you just missed. Nothing happens. And he is unlocking the door. Now it is back to your turn. You have 2 actions that you can take. You can fight him more, or you can try to outrun him towards the glowing symbol that you see in the distance. Whatever you would like to do.
Wait, is that symbol not in the place?
It's past him. This is the perimeter gate. to the place. And he's standing at the only entrance, but the gate, you do have haste and you do have a 30 extra foot movement. Technically you could jump this fence if you want to. You think you could.
I really want to kill this dumb kid now.
Okay.
But my rolls are so bad. Is there like a trick to this if I hold it a certain way?
D&D people have been asking that for ages.
Sleep with the dice under your
You said
pillow.
his armor class isn't 15, so that first attack roll didn't hit. And I'm going to take another attack. Oh, baby! To a natural 20. I murdered the child. Oh, yes.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Roll for damage.
Yeah, it's been a while. Ugh. All my things are mixed up now. God, what's my D10? This is my D10. 1D10 plus 3 times 2, baby. 12! I kill him, don't I? No.
Well, remember I told you he turned around to unlock the gate? What you do is you take the pole part of your halberd and just go gong to the back of his ill-fitting helmet. He drops like a sack of potatoes, unconscious. And by the way, the gate swings open because he just finished unlocking it.
Morezi is a god.
And so you can continue running onwards. And cutting back to our fine folk underground, I would like you all to roll for initiative.
Okay, magic dice, don't fail us now.
Okay, and Tix, what did you get?
I got a modified 21.
21, very impressive. Grimhilda, what did you get?
Okay, so that is an 18.
Pinton.
I also got a modified 21.
Wow, that is impressive.
Mine's actually Tix's is actually a 19. I looked at the wrong modifier.
No problem. So you got a 19. So I'm going to say that, Pinton, you absolutely can act first.
I'm ready. Okay. All right, so they're getting ready to toss this poor creature over the side and down to whatever is about to emerge from the goop.
Yes, and just so you understand spatially what's going on, y'all don't have complete view of the edge. You do have complete view of the edge, but going further back, y'all can't quite tell if there are more people, if there are more prisoners, what's going on back there, but you can see the table, and coming up to the edge, it is actually the second bugbear who is actually leading the prisoner to the edge, and the 6 drow are at the table. One of them is standing up, the one who appears to be the leader, who is in dark armor.
Okay.
And that is what you can see. The other bugbear is standing guard at the table.
Okay, and how far is the drop?
Let us say that it is 20 feet.
Oh, okay, so not too terrible.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm really wishing Morezi was here because I'd send her in to catch him. But what do we do in the meantime? Because, I know. Let's cause a distraction. That sounds like a fantastic idea. And I'm going to do that by summoning some fire beetles.
Mm-hmm. Now, since you wisely kept that on the down low when you reached level 4, please describe to everyone what this spell is and what it looks like when you summon these fire beetles.
Okay. Well, basically, I'm going to... It almost looks like I'm opening a tiny, tiny little gateway to another plane. It's just like in between my hands, just like the size of a quarter. Just a tiny little opening. And through it, energy flies out and coalesces into... it's a D3, so I gotta find out how many are gonna show up. 3. Excellent.
Fantastic.
3 fire beetles, celestial fire beetles, coalesce out of the energy and start buzzing around. They're about, how big are they? They're like, 2 to 3 feet long-ish. And they, have a faint glow because they're celestial beings and what have you. And I'm going to send them up and have them buzz around the head of the bugbear that's holding the shiny drow.
Gotcha. So basically, you've just summoned god bugs.
Basically, yeah.
Yes.
The lowest form of deities there are.
So you all, and by the way, none of you have ever seen this before, as he makes this hand gesture, and between it, this dimensional portal opens, and you just hear, and they come flying out and zoom up easily that 20 feet. and begin circling around the bugbear. And I'm going to have him make a dexterity save. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Uh-oh.
He rolled a 4. Just to be... Oh, that's good. That's actually really good for y'all. Since he was holding on to the prisoner also needed to make dexterity, but the prisoner rolled an 18. So the bugbear rolled a 4. He falls off the cliff.
Oh no! That's
and you
a
just
sad
hear this.
thing.
I know, right?
I'm so sad.
And you just hear this, and this shouting in their own guttural goblin speak, and he is falling towards the pit. And it is now Grimhilda's turn. I'm sorry, no, it is Tix's turn with a 19.
I will go ahead and step up and put aid on Merezi. Oh, Merezi's
Okay,
not here. No,
she's actually
that's right.
not. She's actually not there yet.
Aid on Brunhilde.
Okay.
And so she gets a +1 on attack and 1d8 plus level points. And so you get 9 extra hit points.
Nice. So Grimhilda, make a note of that as you feel
that was +1 to attack and 9 extra hit points.
Yes.
That is awesome. Thank you.
Yes, and you feel it. You feel the energy of Garl Glittergold fill you as you have never actually felt that specific thing before. So it's quite an unusual experience.
How long does it last?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So essentially forever as far as combat is concerned.
Yeah.
And that actually brings us to Grimhilda as you feel that energy going through you, as your body, you're very used to now, begins to blur in and out of existence. You can now choose what you want to do to act. Obviously, the second bugbear is not an issue as he is hurtling towards the black pool.
Yes. So the next logical target I'm going to go after. So whomever is ready to throw people into the pool and I am within range, I think I'll come after. Now, I have a short sword in my equipment list, but I don't see anything for range. Did I have anything ranged?
If I did not give you ranged, you may certainly have a short bow that your character would have, something compact that she could easily carry.
That's what I would expect. So
yes.
Because ranged, I actually have a higher plus. So
yes, your character would absolutely have a ranged attack.
So let's see. I had it 2 seconds ago, so give me 1 second. There it is. So that is 17. Did it? That works.
And are you attacking the second bugbear, the one who is not falling, or are you attacking any of the drow?
The one who is not falling.
Okay, so you're attacking the bugbear, and a 17 will hit. So roll 1d6 for damage.
Thank you. I was actually going to look that up, but you have my info. So I got a 4.
Now 4. That's actually a good hit for a short bow, and it plows into his thigh, and he twitches, and you see he has that odd whip that seems to be floating up into the air, and it kind of trembles, but it is not yet his turn, and he does notice you now, though it's hard to pick you out as you blur in and out.
Yes.
And at this moment, Merezi, you come running up to this mansion kind of complex, just short of a castle. The door is slightly open, and that glow is leading you inside. What are you going to do?
What do you think I'm going to do, Father? I am hurtling at full speed with no sense of self-preservation.
You slam open the door, and you actually knock a butler just clean on his butt. You hear him start to say, "May I take your blood?" And he just goes flying as you go forward. There is a enormous party going on, and there, even though we're in the wrong century for it, a record scratches as everyone stops, as hundreds of people turn and look at you. But that glow is not here. It is actually in a study off to the right. What would you like to do?
I need to use your restroom. Do I do a bluff check for that or something?
If you'd like to, by all means.
Do I have to do a bluff check for that?
No, you do not if you're not trying to fool them. If you just want to say it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that because I don't want to have to roll something I have a -2 modifier on.
Though what I will say is that one person in there, a very fancy lad with a high waistcoat, he actually raises a finger and points in a direction which you suspect is where the bathroom is. But that's not where this is. That's another direction where the study is. So what would you like to do?
Act casual, I guess. I'm
Okay.
going to walk at normal speed, tracking lots of dirt towards the glowing glow boy and see what happens to me. Am I stopped or do I do?
Nothing stops you. The glow is very ephemeral. It is like a fairy fire, and it is just leading you in the right direction. And when you get to that area, you see that there is a secret passage underneath some rigging, like ship rigging. This entire study has a nautical theme, and there's a secret passage open, and that glow is leading you downwards.
I do that. I go to the thing. I am on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I'm going down that secret passageway.
Okay. You make your way down, and there is another stone door open underneath. And as you emerge from the stone door, the first thing you see is a bugbear hurtling downwards, going, "Ah!" It is actually your turn. You can act if you want.
So I'm in the exact same situation everyone else was?
Yep, you're now in the initiative roll after Grimhilda.
Golly. I don't want to get killed because if Morezi's not very smart, she's got a 0 intelligence modifier, but she knows that if she runs straight into those drow, she's gonna get killed. So can I? How far am I from the bugbear that Grimhilda is fighting?
If you want to engage him directly, you would need to move to attack. However, you have plus 30 movement right now, so you can easily you would literally climb the stone steps to that little cliff area.
Plus 30 based on my 30 plus my normal speed.
Yes.
So 60.
Yes.
Because I've got a 10-foot weapon I can use, my bola.
No, you do not have your bola because it went sailing off into the jungle.
Oh yeah.
When you tried to kill the
Do
hag.
I still have my knife?
Oh yeah, you've got your knife. What I'm telling you is that you can close the distance right now because you're hasted, if you so choose. That will put you up in the middle in thick of things, but that is typically where you like to be. But if you want to do a ranged attack right now, you can.
You know what? I don't want Grimhilda to get ganked, and she's probably got less hit points than me. So
I'm good.
I'm a go at that boy with my halberd. Let's see what homeboy gets. That's 10 and 1. That's 11. That's not successful even on a peasant boy.
It most certainly is not, but you have a second attack. And
Oh.
do remember, you have a +1 to attack right now with your haste.
Well, I still think a 12 probably.
No, a 12 still is going to miss, but you do have a second attack with a +1.
I hope this sexy lady isn't just weighted bad or something. I rolled the exact same thing. 2 13s. That's unlucky. I'm gonna die this session.
Well, I forgot to tell you all, if you do roll 2 13s, you automatically die.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Of course, that's how that works. No. So what all of you see is that this guy is still falling, and you've seen a crossbow bolt or a short bow arrow lodge into the bugbear, and then out of nowhere behind you, Morezi just comes hurtling out at full speed, runs up the stairs, and goes whoom, whoom, and tries to hit this bugbear, who is now desperately dodging out of the way.
The problem is he's too hasted. He doesn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, Morezi, you were going too fast, so that you actually are a little overcompensating. You haven't done much combat while hasted before.
Yes.
So that is absolutely what happened.
I don't think she knows what's going on right now.
That will bring it to the bugbear. The bugbear is going to take his whip, and he jerks it But he doesn't actually attack you. He just jerks the whip. And
that makes me even less happy.
Well, so two very good things. One, you have something that is known as danger sense.
I do.
So you cannot be surprised. Your barbarian senses, everything seems to slow down while you're hasted, especially. And you look up and you realize that this whip is not a whip at all. It's actually a leash.
I hate that!
And going up to the ceiling, a creature is falling towards you.
I hate that.
It is a giant, well, I say giant, I have to be careful with my words in D&D. It is a huge, monstrous creature with a beak like a vulture, a feathered head and neck, and a somewhat slightly gooey, rubbery body, and where its hands would normally be on a humanoid creature are two huge hooks.
I hate that.
And it is coming down towards you going, "Brah!" and boom, lands to kill you. But it rolled a 9. You're using your haste. You literally just, vroom,
just displace myself.
Exactly, lands, and these two hooks just bury into the stone, and you hear them crack the stone.
I hate that.
Underneath them. And that was actually its turn, which will bring us back to Benton.
As a free action, I say, please save me, scaly man.
Oh, jeez, this is not something I want to be fighting. All right, okay, so let's see here. Well, I've got these beetles activated, so let's put them to use. Should I roll a separate initiative for them, because they kind of can act independently of me?
They can, but we'll just say they act on your initiative round.
Okay, that works
for
me.
simplicity.
I'm gonna have them dive into the bugbear and attack him. Should I do 3 separate attacks for all 3 of them?
Yes, I would like you to roll for attack for each of them. And just let me know what you get.
Let's see, it's 2 evens and a 14, so I don't think any of them are going to have hit.
Unfortunately, no. They were already up there since they were buzzing around the first one who fell. So they turned to the second one who's got a arrow in his thigh, and they're buzzing at him, but he has actually moved out of the way to allow this creature to fall down on Morezi, and so he just unintentionally was able to get out of the way of them.
Okay.
So that's no good, but that is what happens sometimes.
That
right. Will bring us. That will bring us to Tix.
Then I'm gonna take my own initiative now.
Oh, that is correct. That is technically a bonus action to direct them. I apologize.
Right.
I've forgotten about summon creatures.
No problem. All right, so I'm going to. I know a little something about drow just from like reading histories, and I know that female drow are usually the leader types, just based on the way drow society works. How many female drow are there up there? I know there's at least one, right?
Yes, you can definitely see 2 female drow.
Okay.
One of them was the one who was standing up in black chainmail, plate mail armor.
And making the proclamation to start. She's the one I'm going to send the magic missile to, or both of them, my magic missiles to, I should say. And I'm going to boxcar these 2 as well with my Bahamut bonus. That's a good roll. 7, 8, 9, 10 plus another good roll. Wow. Okay. So that's 19 points sent her way.
19 points of damage. So, for the purpose of the listeners and also Grimhilda, tell us what does it look like with these streak out?
Yes. Well, they glow in kind of like a silver white hue and have the faintest hint of like a dragon head at the the focus of the energy, not unlike what a platinum dragon might look like, and they kind of like scream through the air and land into her chest.
And she lets out a just snarl. She doesn't scream. She just, and she turns, her eyes whip around, and these red eyes are blazing at you. And that will actually bring it to Tix. Tix, it is your turn. You are still down below. It is your turn.
How far is it from me to the bugbear?
You could, with your movement, if you take your entire movement, you could chug-a-lug all the way up the stairs and just barely get into combat range, if you so choose. Not just so you know, that will also bring you in range of all of the other things that are up there.
Yeah.
Right. So, I'm going to move up there. I'm going to go ahead and be bold. Move up there, and then I'm going to cast protection from evil on myself. And so I get my prayers going, and I start chugging on up there. My AC goes up +2, and my saves are against mind control and elementals and outsiders.
Elementals and outsiders. Good to know. And you come running up there and saying your prayer as you make it up to the top, and you see that you are amongst a large table with the 6 drow. You do not see any other bugbears. There is also a large, horrifying creature with hooks for hands, and the one bugbear. You do also see exit, just so you know, off to the back of where this ledge meets the side of the wall. FYI.
Okay.
Clearly where they probably came in from. That will bring us to Morezi.
I don't particularly like my odds against this big, scary bad boy. But what else am I going to do? I'm gonna take one attack roll against the bigum boy, the scary hooks for hands, gooey bird boy. Sweet baby Jesus, that's a natural 20. I murder him to death. With my halberd, of course. 1d10 plus 3 times 2, babies. 24!
24 points of damage. But
That's
let's
like
remember,
a third of my health.
Remember, you have 2 attacks.
If I go at that bugbear, will that bigum boy get a attack of opportunity on me?
I will say with your halberd, you still have, you would easily be within range of either one without having to disengage from the hook boy.
I want to take a swing at the bugum bear, just to let him know I haven't forgotten he's here.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna think I'm you here, Dad, but that was another natural 20.
Yeah, that I'm wedding you, sweetheart?
Let me roll for damage there, Dad.
Yeah. Roll for damage.
I'm sorry.
Have a chat about language later. I'm definitely leaving this in the podcast.
Oh my.
Yeah. Roll for that damage and double it.
Is that how you dole out the punishments at home? All right, roll for damage.
That's right.
The 0 means 10, right?
That is correct. That's the best possible one.
26.
26. So what y'all see is after the original, when she first comes up there, she is moving so fast, she actually overcompensates and actually misses both times when she tries to hit. Now you see that she's kind of got like how this works with the haste. She brings that halberd down and just cuts into the hook monster's shoulder. And like one of its hook arms is actually, it doesn't appear to be working too great now, as it just cuts into the meat of that. And you literally step forward, grab the handle again, bring it out, bring it down, and you just bisect the top of this bugbear. Just boom! And from its head down to its chest area, just splits in half. Because you hit it so very hard and you instantly kill him.
Morezi is a force of nature.
And everyone is just kind of like, oh, okay. And at that point, Falling Bugbear, he hits the pool. And there is a foam! Instead of him being, like, disappearing into it, or something else happening, what you see, for those who can quite see this, Morezi and Tix, this is actually just slightly out of your view, but you know something's going on, is the legs where he hits, because he's falling straight down, and his legs and like one arm kind of hit. They instantly are skeletalized. Just the body where it's not skeletalized begins to rot, and it begins to become like gooey, like a corpse that's been left out in the sun. Or, I'm just saying, maybe a little bit like some of those zombies y'all faced when you first fought. And it screams. And
I'm
then
shocked. I tell you, just shocked.
And its eyes fill with a baleful blue glow. And the bugbear, in a voice that is in no way, shape, or form its own, says, "At last, you will meet your master." And that's where we'll end Chafing Armor, episode 42. Thank you so much for playing, everyone.
Thank you for not killing us.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yet.
We're in still a pitched battle at the moment. Real quick, Nutty, tell everyone where they can find your podcast.
You can find the Nutty Bites podcast by going to nimlas.org, NIMLAS.org, and there you can find a podcast where we talk about things that are awesome in geek culture.
Woo! Everyone check that out, and you can find the link in the show notes for this episode. Check in for episode 43, where stuff is about to get real. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Bye.
Sleep
Good
time.
night, evil one.
And we will roll with you soon.